So in previous part, I told you like how we created that server thing in CMD, or we can say command prompt itself. In this part, what I'm going to tell you, how we can create some GUI part here. I will tell you how we can create GUI each and everything. So let us see how proceed with our project. And here also I'm considering you familiar with ngrok, as I told you first here. So let us see how we can do this part. So let me go with that project also. So this is ngrok thing and id. Just we needed these two things only. So okay, so these are all the things I have needed: buffer reader, IO exception, input stream reader, print writer, server socket part, and vector part. So vector is nothing but you can say like a array list, but it's a vector. So remember, as a array list, like we can consist only one single type of data, or all the things are converted into the strings. But in a vector, it doesn't require. You can use any part, and vector to hold each instance of classes of client handler. So what the purpose of vector is, it can hold the each instance. Instead of array list, it is putting the id. I can directly put each instances into the vector. So let us first run main method which throws IO exception. You can use try catch, or you can use throws IO exception. So this is my server socket, which is 2020 I'm considering. Then int I is equal to 0, because I just want to initial the loop, or we can say this is the basic thing. Now the server is connecting. Why I don't I want to do this is, it is running the client thread. Basically it's going to run the client thread. So it need to do what for the thread one, it should be going in the one part, id is 1, then second. Similarly, I just want to plus that part. So current client count, it will be showing in the server part. Socket connection, that accept each and everything part. Accept is the default thing here. Then this is just a connection. Print writer output is for the get connection output stream, and buffer reader input is to input reader stream, basically to connect. So it is basically input stream. I'll always remember auto flush is true. If there is error, it will be auto flushed throughout the project. What is it will not show any garbage value, everything, and it will add it in that part. So this is I'm handling the thread, and I'm adding this. So if you know, in further videos, in previous videos, I told you I extended that thread part. Here I'm implements the runnable interface. So for the socket I connection, connect print writer output string client name I created. So for this I created one constructor for this, and for the receive, throw exceptions, then send string, then message I'm considering. Then this is socket size, each and everything I'm mentioning here. And client wants to end this connection, I'm putting this message width and each and everything. Then if someone leaves that, it will show the client has left that server part and client handler. So this is just a run function. So server is very similar, like we already created the server, but remember I am considering here one client handler also here, which is basically implemented by the runnable interface. Instead of using instead of using thread or extending that thread, I am considering here runnable interface. So let us see client part here. So client part is very important here, because I am creating Java X Swing. So client thread, or we can say client setup, first class client setup is all about GUI, which is JFrame extends. J text field is for the text field, text area for chat window. You can say why I am creating text field. If you want to put some message on that part, if you seen that you have to type that message, that part is text field. Text area is about chat window. Print writer output is output and each and everything, you know. I created string for that purpose. JFrame is for that framing purpose. I'm creating here two frames. One is outer and one is inner frame. Frame is nothing but your GUI frame only. Then public client setup for the setting up our all the things. F1 is first frame. Then I'm considering here one host server IP. Then F1 with set size, I'm setting the size 3005. It is very easy. Basically I'm considering one label enter your name first, otherwise it will not put. Though for the first frame you have to put your name, then otherwise you will not enter in your part. You can add another fields also, your number, your email, anything you can add. I am considering here one button, J button, basically with submit, and I am adding the action listener part here. Action listener means when I click this part, what it will be do? It will dispose that part and it will give to the that part and default with close. Now the F2 with another frame with one text area and one text field. As I told you, first frame is about to enter your name, and second field is about to, or we can say text frame is about to enter your all the things like your message and each and everything. Action listener, like if you want to close or end that part, I created one button there also, end button. As you can see, if I connected end button there, end dot, as you can see, this is end button. If I connect add action listener, basically if I click that end button, what it will do, it will message that clients want to send connection to that server and it will be disposed. Then I created one main panel with bottom panel and each and everything. So, and I am setting the size. So this is all about how you can proceed with this. So important part is public void start running, try to connect server, set up streams while chatting. So these are all the methods I already created, but you can mention that earlier also. If there is IOF exception, which is basically server not found exception, IO exception is for the IO exception part, each and everything. So first is connect to server. Connect to server is basically throwing IO exception. So what you can do is show attempting connection, socket and server IP and the port. So I will tell you, server is our localhost, but when we created this, we have to change, or we have to change this part to our ngrok thing and each and everything. So show message first, basically this is showing the message. Set up output stream for output stream and each and everything. So your stream is now good to go. You can add, or you are live, you can add anything here. While chatting, you can do that read line part for this. And what is the read line from? It's basically this thing, print writer or buffer reader. Print writer is for the output part, and close stream is for the closing the stream. Send message is basically for the print writer part. So this is it, how you can do. And show message, we have to chat window append, or we can say swing titles, you can do invoke later and you have to append in the chat window that part. Final string, you have to append that strings. So this is it. But for the client setup, we need to mention the host here. So I already checked this with ngrok, so I added here. And after this, you have to start running process. So this is all about how we can handle each and everything. So let me run this part. What we required first, we need to create one ngrok. So let me create one ngrok TCP 2020. So okay, so let me first zoom this part. Okay, ngrok.exe TCP 2020. So it will be running that ngrok. Okay. So what is thing? You have to always remember, you have to create only one connection. You cannot proceed with more than one connection always. So if the more things are running here, what you can do is you can check your system, and if the ngrok is running, you have to end that task, or what you can say ending that part. So for the free purposes, ngrok gives only one connection. ngrok.exe TCP 2020. So let me check first if I connected or not. So sometimes it gives the error due to you have connected to more than one session. So if it's not working, you have to run it again, or you have to go to your what you can say, that command prompt part, or you can say task manager part, and you have to close it manually if it's not working. So now let me run the ngrok port. So hope you can see this ngrok port. Let me run first ngrok tcp 2020. Okay, so first, so this is it, how you can run this ngrok first. So okay, now my connection is live, you can see. I'm not you have to check this first because you have to check the ngrok port. So this is my ngrok thing, which is basically 6. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this port to 6. Once this is running, I'm considering here only it's one time running, so I'm not creating it again and again. This is my port 14205 for 14205 14205. So now my connection is live. So let me show you how we can do this first. So let me run first server part. So server was just basically the command prompt part only, because we don't need to create any part here. So this is my server part. Now let me run my client part. So client is basically I just created that client part. Let me run one more client, which is basically client 2 part, and let me add both simultaneously in my things. So this is my first client, as you can see here. So I'm running this Java client. Let me add one more client here while showing you. So this is my another client, as you can see here. So these are the two clients. Hope you can see this. If you want, I will increase this part first for you. Okay. So hope you can see this part. So let me run both. Name as John as usual. Submit. So once this is submitted, you can see your streams now good to go. So let me add that another part also here. So let me run first John prompt, or we can say John prompt hi. So this is John, which is sending hi. Now let me send from Sam part. Hello. So hope you can see this Sam part also here. So what you are seeing this is my chat thread, and this is my ending part. So this is a very basic thing we have created with GUI. You can more advanced part, you can implement the Android part also here if you want, but this is the basic logic how we can create the chat application. Once I click this end part, what you can do, let me add that part also here. So you can see John has the left server, you can see. So I just added that part, and let me close this. So this is it how we can do this part. So this is the thing with ngrok, and now you can see this client part, and this is finished, but you can see server count here. So current client count is 0 and each and everything. Now the current client count is again 0. So this is it how you can run each and everything part. So I created one client GUI. You can create one more advanced GUI with some black colors or each and everything, but I just shown you this is part. So this is the multi-thread chat system. It is very useful in different applications. Like if you have seen some games also, there on online games, there are chat windows for that purpose. So similarly, if you are using some minimalistic chat application, you want to use just for the sending text only, you can use add images part also here, you can add emojis also here. So these are some more advanced technique in TCP part. Second advantage of this is it is very fast. As you can see, it is very fast basically in a TCP way. But more further things are very useful is here. You can use in different applications with it's very flexible and powerful. If you have seen, if your network connection is very low, you can use it. Efficient socket based programming can be implemented for the general communication. Cause of low traffic, if it's efficiently used, only updated information can be sent, you can see. Disadvantage is basically Java applets also establish some connection on TCP. So you can create applet of, or you can say Java servlet of this part. Sockets allow to only raw data to send, which is basically client to server, and you have to mention some interpret data. You cannot send full text to that. It should be converted into byte stream always. Then another thing is anyone can enter in this application. So there is no restrictions, but you can add restrictions, like you can add some password or username fields and each and everything you can create. So again, it will create some secure prompt, and there are some secure advanced methods also, SSH things also in TCP chat. And file handling and sharing is very difficult process in multi-threading. So you have to consider all the things here while creating file handling and each and everything. So this is it about how we can do this. And these are the advantages and disadvantages, but advantages are more over than disadvantages in TCP connection. So still there are some technologies using TCP part. So we created one TCP port things here. So hope you understand this part, and this is it about how we can create our project TCP, or we can say multi-threading chat system within client and server, or we can mention it's a client, many client chat system.